Hello folks, great to have you back. I'm Z from Freemius, and today's video is all about running an AppSumo lifetime deal as a way of getting new users and increasing your sales on a WordPress plugin or theme. AppSumo is an online deal platform which made its claim to fame by offering outrageously attractive lifetime deals on a curated selection of software products. The main reason AppSumo became so popular among product developers is that they managed to build a huge mailing list of over 1.5 million potential buyers. Tech-savvy, engaged, and vocal early adopters, many of which are entrepreneurs just like you are. Nowadays, AppSumo have so much demand, they've recently decided to open a public marketplace on their site, making it possible for almost any developer to list their product without an in-depth selection process. But if your product looks promising enough, based on the success of your marketplace listing and other criteria, AppSumo may reach out to more heavily promote your offer with their traditional lifetime deal approach, resulting in a far wider exposure. In this video, I'm going to focus on the pros, cons, and best practices involved in running a lifetime deal for WordPress products on AppSumo. If you're a WordPress product developer and you're asking yourself, is AppSumo worth the hassle? Stick with me for the following insights. The big advantage of AppSumo deals is how attractive the deals are to buyers and how effective they are at getting new users to try out your product. The combination of a low price, lifetime offer, and the limited number of licenses available really pressures buyers to consider purchasing your product if they think they'll ever have a use for it. The catch is, when committing to this type of deal, AppSumo will charge a significant rate and will only let you sell a lifetime license. And by the way, if you want to learn more about the pros and cons of offering lifetime licenses, take a look at the video I put in the comments below. While it is debatable whether you can make a significant profit from a traditional AppSumo deal, based on the experience of fellow WordPressers, AppSumo can help you grow your user base rapidly without spending a ton of time on marketing. This is also a great way to test your product features, get feedback, and see how people react to your plugin or theme. So, what will AppSumo do for you when it comes to a traditional deal? First, you'll be getting listed on their marketplace. AppSumo may later write your sales pitch, create an explainer video for your product, promote it to their 1.5 million email subscribers, and after the deal is launched, manage your sales and refund requests. So, when working with AppSumo, you can rest assured that your product won't go unnoticed and that you'll have a professional team managing your sales. This makes AppSumo especially relevant for you developers who are on the maker, not marketer side of things. But before I go into detail on how to make the most of your AppSumo lifetime deal, you should consider the platform's downsides and what makes it suitable for certain products over others. I'll start by mentioning the platform's biggest, most obvious downside: the enormous commission they take. Get ready to say goodbye to between 60 to 70% of your sales. So while it's understood that this covers the cost of running your ads, when you combine it with the already heavily discounted prices, the amount of money ending up in your pocket is extremely low. So this will generally make sense either if your product is new and your main goal is to build your user community, or if your product actually ends up going viral. The second downside is that because AppSumo is not exclusively focused on selling WordPress products, it generally fits best for mass market WordPress products. So if you have a niche product that only targets a small subset of users, AppSumo is probably not for you. Number 3, you have to agree to AppSumo's terms, stating the deal you offer with them cannot be publicly available anywhere else for a given number of months, usually 12 to 18. This means the deal is exclusive to AppSumo users. Our fourth downside is that AppSumo can offer deals for competing products at the same time. So if this happens, this can definitely affect your sales in a negative way. Number 5, AppSumo typically offers huge 70 to 90% discounts along with lifetime access. This means you'll be required to provide support for life at a very low price. Number 6, a tsunami wave of new customers is generally a good thing. But if many people buy within a short period of time and your product isn't stable enough, you might get flooded with support requests and bad reviews. So make sure you're prepared to handle these before you launch. Number 7. If your product is already up and running with paying customers, when they see a significant discount on AppSumo, they may think, should I request a refund? Should I ask the product makers to give me the same deal? So be prepared to answer these questions and maybe have some saved replies on hand about why the deal is exclusive to AppSumo. The reason can be something about why you're doing this for a low or no profit, just to learn about what users need and improve the product for everyone. Number 8 is that AppSumo offers a 60-day money-back guarantee because they want to reassure customers about their purchase. This is an extremely long period, and because of the delay to allow refunds, your payout is delayed by 60 days. So even if you make $100K in sales, it won't reach your account for a while. Remember this one if you're relying on sales for cash flow. And for number 9, dealing with refunds on AppSumo can be more painful than usual. Because AppSumo processes all of your sales and refunds for you, which is generally a good thing, you'll not only have to create a redemption code for each potential customer, but the code for every buyer who is refunded must be manually updated so they can't keep using your product. Since refunds are handled directly by AppSumo, you can't ask the customer why they're requesting the refund. This means you have to accept missing out on some valuable feedback. If after considering all of these downsides you find that you have more to gain than lose on AppSumo, here are 3 pro tips on how to make the most of your experience with them. Number 1, and most important, be prepared for the launch. Once your deal goes live, it's only a matter of time until you start seeing sales. So make sure you're prepared for an increase in customer support tickets, and in general expect to respond to busier activity on the channels you use to communicate with users. Number 2, expect user feedback from tech-savvy professionals and collect it to improve your product. Then identify specific feature requests and build them as fast as you can. Publicly share your product roadmap and keep your customers engaged with your product. Use customer feedback to help you build your product's documentation and landing pages. You can start this process by sharing answers to commonly asked questions and putting the most important features on your plugin's website, roadmap, and documentation. All of these are also helpful for your content marketing and SEO. Number 3, make sure to use AppSumo's active Slack and Facebook community that comprises not only of buyers, but product makers as well. Joining the community is a good way to get introduced to fellow makers and learn new things. If you can build your network before the launch, you might see even better results. Finally, if you choose to go for an AppSumo deal, this is something that can really set the path forward for you and your product. Even if you don't end up going viral on AppSumo, just by stepping up to the challenge of meeting their requirements, you'll immediately find yourself more motivated to make your product shine. And with the right preparation, you'll soon find yourself building an active user base. I wish you the best in your lifetime deal, and be sure to subscribe for more tips and best practices on selling WordPress plugins and themes. See you next time!